One of the big challenges for installing the biomass system at our current site is that we're adjacent to an airport, and there were definitely concerns about whether burning the biomass to provide heat for our complex was going to have a negative impact on the airport. So once we did the feasibility study and we showed what types of emissions would be expected from this plant, all of those fears were laid to rest. We went through the Colorado State Air Quality Standards and also the FAA, and they approved the construction and installation of this biomass site adjacent to the airport. So with all of our research in advance, it was approved to be installed next to the airport.
An initial problem we had with our wood chips and the quality of them was the rocks that were getting scooped up when they were scooping up these chips that were stored on the floor of the forests for the first chips that we got. And basically these rocks have a hard time going through augers. They have a hard time going through places on the conveyor belts. In fact, we had one conveyor belt that we got a little rip in because of a rock got stuck in it. But I would like to say that we have made complete adjustments and gotten rid of all of our rock problems by chipping directly into a container, dumping that container directly into the chip storage bin. So there's no opportunity for any kind of debris, extraneous debris, to get in the chips at all.
It's kind of a two-way way of looking at this. There are some people who can be skeptical about this because they look at the cost effectiveness and they look at the fact that natural gas is certainly fairly cheap compared to lots of other types of energy. It's fairly clean, that kind of thing. But once people come out and see the bio plant and they see how clean it burns and how easy it is to maintain and to operate, I think a lot of those people start thinking a lot differently. It's you know, all automated. It's fairly easy to take care of. We're doing a service out in the forest by getting rid of the materials, not having, you know, to burn those extra slash piles or having wildland fire is saving the county, you know, thousands of dollars. Just to fight a wildland fire can run into the millions very rapidly. So when people, you know, start to look at that side of the issue and the fact that we're not emitting as much smoke, the smoke that we do emit is a lot cleaner than if we're doing it in a burn situation. But here, with this kind of a situation, we are starting to create markets now for these chips, and as other people come on board and see the advantages of this, it causes entrepreneurial type people to want to get into this business and start hauling chips and being in the contract business. So I think there's a lot of positive that's coming out of that, and a lot of people are on one side of the fence or the other, but I've had both of them, but I certainly feel like there's a lot more positive than there are negative when it comes to this.
My level of satisfaction for this project is getting it done. And my charge was to keep it simple, which I believe we've done. And every time I turned around, it seemed like somebody was trying to make it more complicated. But we tried to keep it simple and straightforward. And I feel very confident that what we put together here is a no-frills, basic hot water heating system for 5 buildings for the county that'll pay for itself in a hurry and makes great economic and environmental sense.
I feel very pleased with the installation of the biomass heating system on our new facility. I think it was a great opportunity since we were just building this new facility. I think overall it's been a great experience. I think we're all very proud that we are currently the only plant operating in Colorado, and we hope that we can be an example for others of how they can use the sustainable resources coming off our forests to provide energy for the people in the Front Range.